Hey everyone, welcome to 5 More Minutes, the show where two friends relive their childhoods or, in some cases, learn about everything they missed out on. I'm Kendra.
And I'm Scott.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled up some crappy jokes. I don't know if you had any crappy jokes ready.
I did just search jokes and had some up just in case.
Well, I've got some lame ones for you right off the bat.
Okay.
Why do people take extra socks when golfing?
I don't know.
They might get a hole in one.
What?
Like a hole in one? Like a hole in one of their socks?
A hole in a sock. Got it.
Yes. What do you say to boiled water?
I don't know.
You'll be missed.
Wow.
Yeah. These are quality.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate it when someone answers their own questions? I sure do.
Wow.
Yeah. Rapid fire. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Oh, I've heard this one before.
Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He was best in his field.
Oh my gosh.
These are all quality.
Mm-hmm. What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know.
Impasta.
Mm-hmm. Get it? Nice.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'm tired, so we'll see my ability of paying attention. I'm really upset because I haven't gone to the gym because I can't. And I haven't even worked out because I'm just trying to get it done, you know?
As you have your truck fully dismantled and you're putting it back together?
I did put some of it back together. I want to I have to edit this tomorrow too, and I need to donate plasma tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, as long as I have the front back on, I can drive. I can drive without the fender flare on, but
yeah.
You know.
So lots of sanding and painting for you.
I've Instacarted paint from Fred Meyer's twice, which is not very cost effective. But no, I needed more primer. The fender flare was so annoying to paint. I think I over sanded it trying to get the paint off, and it made the plastic where that had been exposed the whole time I've had it not smooth anymore.
Right.
So it was all sorts of messed up. I probably put paint on it and then had to wipe paint off of it twice in attempts to smooth those parts back down. It was bad.
Sounds like quite a day.
Yeah. And 2 cans. I should have probably gotten a 3rd can of the spray paint just to be safe. Because I ran out while I was trying to add one more even coat onto the fender flare, but I had coats on it. I mean, it should be fine. I mean, it's gonna look better than it did before, so it's whatever.
Right. It'll be an improvement.
If it really bothers me, I might just end up putting the bed liner spray on all 4 of them or something, just to make it whatever.
Yeah, even it out.
Because I put bed liner, part of the reason why I put the bed liner spray on the front was so that it kind of matched the stuff I painted on, or tied it together more.
Yeah.
And because the paint was all scuffed up, and I tried to paint it flat, like a flat black, and I just didn't like the way it looked. So.
Okay.
I did mess it up in one spot though, so that was annoying, but whatever.
Did you have to resand it or something?
No, I had it on, and one of the bolts for the 1 out of 4 bolts for the brackets for the bumper would not go in, even though it wasn't stripped or anything. I just couldn't get it to turn. So I had to use a breaker bar. So I had to take the little parking light out so that I could stick it in, because that was the only angle I could get it from. And I was trying really hard to turn it so that it wasn't rubbing against the edge, but it was.
Yeah.
Oh. So I just ordered another can so I can, because those lights are really easy to pop out from the underneath, and I can just touch it up.
Nice.
There's probably a couple places that need touched up from its upside down tumble too. So.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I touched up the black in the middle of my grill. Gave everything a fresh coat of paint,
Just cleaning it all up.
And I
huh?
also got a ceramic coating kit.
Oh, clean it really good then.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I got
Mhm.
up super early and I've been shopping for shoes all day.
You got
It's
up
made it
early
really hard
just
to
to
get
shop
work
for
done.
shoes.
It started at like 6 a.m. So I had my alarm for like 5:45 and I was just chilling, had some coffee, started shopping for shoes.
You should get an espresso machine.
I don't know about that. That's a little overkill for what I need, I think.
Each of the last 2 days, I've wanted to get up at 5 to work on my truck, and I just haven't wanted to.
Yeah.
So I've
It's no
missed
fun
out
getting up
on
early.
like 3 hours of non-heated work time that I could have been working in. But
You did pick like some of the hottest days to do it.
yeah, well, it's cooled down. It's only been like 100.
Only 100.
Well, I mean, it was like 112 for like 3 days.
Well, yeah, but still. And looks like you got a nice sunburn, so that's quality.
Yeah. It's because normally by now I've been wearing tank tops all summer, but since I don't work out, like have a job that's like outside, I only wear tank tops to the gym. So I haven't really been out, like I haven't really been wearing tank tops that much. And I tried to put sunscreen on, but it's hard for me to like, you can kind of see where I had the sunscreen. But yeah, it hurts. I don't even know what we're talking about. That's why this is my background.
Oh, well, we are just continuing on to end the trifecta. We're doing Borderlands 3 today.
There's a third one?
Of course. What are you talking about?
I don't know. How am I supposed to know?
It was I think it's been out for what was it, like September 2019, I think. 2019 it came out.
Right before
So
the world went dark.
yeah, pretty much. So that's fun. This will probably be slightly abbreviated because I feel like a lot of the stuff from the old Borderlands will be repeated.
I need non-centered images.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's one.
Gotta get creative. Too small.
Yeah, I need like at least 1,000.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that would work are like 600. But maybe this one. He kind of looks like Jesus.
Yeah, it was a parody of like a famous Jesus picture, I think.
It's kind of like, I think it reminds me of what comes on those candles.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's the style that we're going for.
I think since Jackie is the only person who listens to this is fine. But online, you can get custom candles made, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get one for everyone. Like all of our, like, you know, last year I did shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get everyone their own custom Jesus candle. Jackie,
Wow.
don't
tell. It'll be a surprise. Not for you, but for everyone else.
I'm already at seeing it.
Wow.
Oh, I could also get cats. I could get people's pets. $25. It's like the only thing that's going to be like one half of everyone's presents. That might be the only thing Ian gets.
There you go.
Dang. Anyways,
okay. Borderlands 3.
I got distracted.
Yeah. So this is again action role playing, first person shooter.
Hell yeah.
Looter shooter, as we like to say. And it was developed by Gearbox and 2K. And it is obviously a sequel to Borderlands 2, which was in 2012. And I was right on my guess. This came out on September 13th of 2019. So I actually played a lot of it back then. So
hell yeah.
I'm sure I mentioned it at some point that I was kind of like the new game.
How do you have time to actually play the video games?
You just kind of make time, you know? Sometimes. I mean, some days it just doesn't happen, but when it does, you do your best.
But how do you have time to do other games and like Call of Duty?
Yeah, I have to like balance like one game on the weekend that's not Call of Duty and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna play this today. And then, you know, that's usually the Discord day because then we're like, we won't probably play Call of Duty that night. So yeah, I just kind of keep them in rotation.
I don't know, man.
It's a full balancing act. So similar to Borderlands 2, obviously you complete side quests, side missions, normal story mode missions, and there are single and multiplayer again, luckily. Same thing, you're looting after you're shooting. So enemies will drop weapons and gear. You can find them in treasure troves, treasure chests, and other containers like that in the world. We have 4 new Vault Hunters this game, and I didn't put the link. I wonder, I don't remember the Borderlands 3 intro.
Maybe it's like Take Me to Church, you know?
I don't think they had a.
That seems very off-brand.
Yeah, they would have had one.
It's a suggested search. A Borderlands 3 full opening cinematic.
Generic that gaming. One. Borderlands 3 full opening cinematic. How long is it?
5 minutes.
Holy crap. I guess that's pretty close to the other ones. So you can go ahead and load that one up. We can get a nice classic intro. This might be semi-new for me because I don't really remember this one.
Should I start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It must not have struck the same chord as the first 2.
Oh, what the heck? Mine was not playing? Okay. Oh, yeah, another story from Marcus.
Is it always the same narrator?
Yeah. Well, I really don't have any memory of this. I remember the game, but... Oh, okay. Starting on Pandora again, no surprise. The Wasteland. Look at all these Vault Hunters. There's been 12 of them now, more than 12.
Is it a whole new set in this one, too?
It is. Always get a fresh 4.
That's a scared-looking little kid.
A little bit. He looked intrigued. What are in the vaults? Dang it. Tell me.
It's just so dramatic. Is there going to be a cool song like in the other ones?
There is. I believe it's the same band that sung the second one. Look at all those vaults. Oh no, there's bad guys in this game. Oh no.
That guy's hair is so like.
Whoosh. Oh yeah.
Do they sell prints of like the images from this intro? Because it's pretty cool. Like
probably
that bus in the sunset. Like.
Oh yeah. It's epic.
This is very westerny.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds familiar.
Kind of got the whistling going.
They're the children of the vault.
They are. Scratching his back with a severed arm. That's classy.
I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah, just keep one on hand.
One in every room, honestly.
Oh, wow. Oh, stepped in something squishy. Oh, it's shit.
Why do they want Vault Hunters?
They're trying to... It kind of gets explained a little more, but Lilith calls them to help her get the map of the vaults back.
Why does that guy always get, like, run over?
Well, you remember all the psychos just look like that? So it's not the same guy.
In my head, it's the same guy.
And he has died many times.
They're kind of like the crash dummies.
Yeah, kind of. Got that same kind of mask.
And they have disembodied limbs.
Yeah. I'm just partying, cruising on Pandora. Oh,
why is this intro literally so long? Jesus. Like, if you just want to play the game and you have to watch this.
Well, yeah, you get some background. You know? And it's cool.
Whoa, that just like disintegrated.
Oh, yeah. Burning. So these are obviously our new Vault Hunters. A bunch of little psychos in here. It's like a saloon they've taken over. Very rude. Oh, and Peep's coming in. Wow, look at that guy. Some pretty cool looking dudes in here, really.
Flack.
So he's got a pet. Look at him.
Is it pronounced flack or do you say the four?
I say flack.
Fluff.
You want to get technical, I suppose you could. The gunner. And then you, of course, have this game's siren.
Mm.
Just
She
messing
looks
him up.
BAF. BAF. Whoa, his gun just disintegrated.
Look at that. Go hold the line is the song, I'm guessing.
Did you play this game only one time?
I did, yeah. I've only beaten it once.
Which character did you use?
Who do you think I used? Yes.
The one named Zane.
No, actually.
I wasn't paying attention enough.
I used Flack.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Very
I can just
cool.
hear like
Fire
so
crackle.
clearly like the sound of like the fire burning.
Yeah. Oh, look, and it's Marcus ready to pick them up.
Who is
There he
coming? Lols.
There you go. So that's the Borderlands 3 intro.
Hell
Same
yeah.
type of thing. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as we went over, you get 4 characters again.
Mm-hmm.
They are Amara, the siren, Zane as the quote operative,
Mm-hmm.
Flack is a beastmaster, and Mose is a gunner.
That's why you picked him, because you like being the master of beasts.
Beast. Well, beast. Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
So each of them, I have slides on this, but I mean you've pretty much seen it all in the opening now. Anyway,
Sorry, I went to close my Etsy tab, but I had scrolled a little bit and not looked. And one of the products is a Michael Cera Saint candle.
That's weird.
But then it also in the same line says Keanu Reeves candle. Funny, but there's only Michael Cera, so I'm.
Well, you could probably customize it. Probably get one of the
There's
other.
no options.
Oh,
yeah. So, anyways, I'm confused, but now I almost just want to buy everyone Michael Cera candles.
No, that sounds terrible.
Okay. Anyways, I'll go find the slides.
Okay, find the slides, but we'll just talk you through their job classes again. As obviously the siren you saw in the intro has like the crazy, almost like energy powers and elemental powers that. And she can like make a bunch of arms happen and punch people and crazy things like that.
Like there's a D&D spell for that. I don't remember what it's called right now because I'm too tired.
The spell of many arms.
No, it's like some gauntlet thing, and it looks like a magic fist. It punches people.
Okay.
Yeah, spectral gauntlets or something. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got Flack. He is the Beastmaster. He is kind of like a cyborg robot type thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Is that his beast that he masters?
That is. I believe he has 3 pets, and his special skill is you can use them. So one you saw in the intro was the Skag. One is this little monkey dude, and then I believe he also has a flying pet. So you can cycle through, use them to attack your enemies, and so that's kind of fun, like remote attack, so you don't have to be right in their face. Then you get Mose is next, and she is the gunner, and her big stick is obviously guns and firepower. So she has a like little mini walkable mech suit she can get in to use as her like a special.
She's very edgy. She has fingerless gloves.
Oh yeah, very edgy. A weird military hat on, well, helmet, if you will. So yeah, and then the last one is Zane. He's kind of the old silver fox, you know, and he is the operative. He's kind of like tech spy stuff. You saw he had like little clones that he can make to do his bidding and then like conceal himself from enemies. So kind of a sneaky character.
Is that a spectral version of himself pouring him a drink?
It is, yeah. Pouring himself a drink. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's why it says himself.
There you go. Now you're getting it. So those are the 4 playable characters. Before we go too much into the story, I'll touch upon release just briefly, because it did have initial sales um, that were the highest of the Borderlands series. More than 5 million copies were sold in 5 days when it first came out. So I feel like that's worth noting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Probably because they were like, it's like the third game and they were actually good.
Yeah. Yeah. This did
So people
get a
get more
little
like
bit
hyped.
Yeah, definitely. They had a lot more hype behind this one. A few people did like kind of complain that it was too similar to two. Like there wasn't a whole lot of innovation that was done between the two. But I mean, they made improvements obviously, and if it wasn't broke, don't fix it was probably what they were thinking. But yeah, so you go through this game in the same way. You get the loot, you get the good stuff, you fight, you kill. Pretty much everything like that. The
Booty loot.
Booty loot. They do add a ton of guns to this game. Like, obviously famous, tons of guns, tons of guns. There's like little guns that can like walk around and shoot on their own. They like make little clones of themselves to like do your bidding. There are guns that you can just shoot a couple times and then you just throw the whole gun at the enemy. And the more ammo that's left in the clip, it'll like explode and do more damage. And then it just like materializes another gun. It's kind of crazy. So they might have had a few of those in 2 as well, but yeah, weird stuff. Guns that talk to you, guns that talk trash to your enemies. It's a good time.
What more could you want?
Yeah. So besides the normal skill trees and normal weapon stuff, player characters have some new combat and maneuvering ability, and you can crouch slide as inspired by Titanfall and Apex Legends, and kind of Call of Duty followed suit after that because you know how people slide in Warzone a lot, doing their slide canceling all over the damn place.
Hell yeah.
And you could now wall mount to climb up over short heights, which you could not do in the older games, which is kind of frustrating because you'd always be trying to like bounce on things to get where you want to go. So some quality of life stuff. You can also take cover behind short barriers, which can be destroyed after continuing to shoot it. So if an enemy is hiding behind it, you can just continue blasting it until it's gone. So that's useful, but they can do the same to you. So you got to be careful. And another big difference in this game, while we do start on Pandora again, as Marcus told us in the intro, during the life of this game, you do get access to a spacecraft and you can go to other planets for the first time. So the whole game does not take place on only Pandora.
What's the purpose of going to other planets?
There's just other things to do. The missions will take you elsewhere. As you fight our big bad enemies that I haven't really introduced yet, you kind of need to escape Pandora and go run around and kind of collect yourselves. So you have to do a little bit of that. Is it like
a space odyssey?
Kind of. I mean, there's a certain number of planets you go to, but you get a big flying ship, and it felt more free than just running around the same location over and over.
Space is the final frontier.
It sure is. So let's see what else they added. They also added some cool things, like if you were running around on a level and there was some loot that you couldn't pick up, it would go to a lost and found at your base. So it wouldn't be such a huge deal if you couldn't carry it. You'd be like, okay, I can still get this later. You wouldn't. Whereas the other games, if you left an area and there's anything on the ground, you would just totally lose it.
All right.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can also at your base manage your inventory, redo your skill tree so you can kind of reset and respec.
A skill tree like what's in Skyrim?
Yeah, exactly. It's been the kind of the same thing that's in each of the Borderlands. You get certain skills and buffs as you level up, and you get 1 point to put in your tree wherever you want it. So yeah, pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Apparently, Borderlands 3 also had integration with Twitch streams, which I didn't know. Viewers can explore the streamer's inventory and look at the skill tree. So I guess if instead of asking questions or having them show you constantly, you can go look at their stuff. Yeah, which I did not know. So that's pretty cool.
I guess that's when streaming was like ramping up.
yeah, really starting to pick up probably. So it makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this game, they estimate it took about 35 hours to play through the main quest line along with some side missions. So it was a little bit more
Is
substantial.
that just supposed to be like the average time?
That's kind of become the average, I feel like. Where, I mean, I'm thinking of games like the new Final Fantasy. I took it like 35, 40 hours to beat, but I did like every side mission, so you could probably do it quicker. But yeah, it seems like they're getting longer and longer story modes is what people are going for. And after you beat the game, you can go play again in True Vault Hunter mode, which is like new game plus. You get to keep all your stuff and play through again with harder enemies.
All right.
And Borderlands also added new post game challenges like Circles of Slaughter, were found on various planets, and have you attempt to fight through waves of enemies to get better loot at the end. So you just pretty much survive for as long as you can to beat the challenge. And let's see what else. They also had some like proving grounds, which were like full on raids. So you actually needed to have like people with you to be able to do it. Enemies got very strong, and you cannot really solo a raid, unfortunately. So you did have to have some friends if you wanted to do that, which sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. So, okay. Well, we can kind of get into the story now a little bit.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. So, I mean, it kind of implied in the intro, but so Lilith puts out a message to new Vault Hunters throughout the galaxy saying, hey, come to Pandora. I need your help to, one, go against the Children of the Vault, which is like this new cult that has formed, and to help me recover a vault map. So a map of the vaults throughout the galaxy. So she needs some help. That's why these 4 new Vault Hunters arrive on Pandora. So really their overall goal is to recover this lost map, mess up the Children of the Vault as they go. So eventually you work through, you do find the map, and it directs you to the new city planet. So this is where you start being like, oh, okay, we can travel places and go do other things. Because there are vaults not only on Pandora anymore, there are other locations as well. So you're traveling around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So this is also like the Atlas Corporation's headquarters. Atlas is a big company in Borderlands. They make like guns and tech, so they're like kind of a mega corporation.
It's like if Apple joined forces with like Remington or something.
Kind of, yeah. You're actually closer on than you think when you actually play
I thought
the game.
really hard about which 2 companies should be joined together for that. So.
But yeah. I mean, guns, tech. That's pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
So before I get too much further, we can do the last slide of my short little slide session here. Is 7. Yeah. So these are your enemies and the leaders of the Children of the Vault.
And the Children of the Vault are good or bad?
They are bad because they pretty much follow these 2 who want like chaos, death, destruction, all the bad things. And they are named Troy is the guy, and Tyreen is the girl.
He seems like a Troy.
They are kind of referred to as the Calypso twins because that's their last name. So that is, and they are sirens. They are twin sirens. And as you get into the lore of Borderlands 3 a little bit, it is revealed that they were born as conjoined twins. When they were young, their father separated them, which is why if you look closely at Troy, he has 1 mechanical arm. So
wait, they were conjoined, but they had 3 arms total?
They were conjoined. I think his arm was like attached to her back or something.
Oh.
Something weird. And so, yeah, they were conjoined, and her siren ability is to like drain life force and do weird things. So she is kind of a menace because she can just like grab people and basically kill them by touching them and draining them. So, not good people. So before
Is that a spectral skull?
It is, yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm. I have one.
What do you think of their outfit? Nice.
What do I think of what?
What do you think of their outfits?
They look like edgelords.
Edgelords in Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
what does he have hanging around his neck? Like little glowy popsicles?
Kinda, yeah. Like little, they almost look like glow sticks. Mm-hmm. But I'm guessing they're some kind of power cells because it looks like his sword runs on those.
Oh.
You feel?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So these are the two bad guys. So before the new Vault Hunters can go rush off to this new planet, they are ambushed by Troy and Tyreen. And they reveal they are both sirens. And that Troy needs Tyreen's power to survive. So when they were conjoined, he was like a parasite on her. So that's why the father cut him off, because they thought she was going to die because he was just like draining from her. And now she uses her powers to drain from the life force and then give it to him to keep him alive. So he's still kind of a parasite. He's just not connected anymore, if that makes sense.
Think so?
They have a weird relationship.
More than just a normal twin relationship.
Right, exactly. There's a little bit of a spite and things in there. So you are with Lilith at this time, and Tyreen and her fight. And Tyreen actually steals Lilith's siren's power to make her a normal human. So that's pretty crazy. Lilith has no more of her normal powers. She's not as much of a badass as she once was. And she has a little bit of a mental crisis because she's used to having those. Mm-hmm. And then they steal the map from you and then they leave. You're like, crap.
I'm going to blame losing my powers on the reason why I have so many mental crises also.
Oh, what powers did you have exactly?
I can't share that. It's confidential.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know those files with blacklisted things?
Redacted, yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm a redacted file.
Yeah. Nice. I lost to the word redacted. I couldn't, it just was gone. I redacted the word, if you will.
Wow. That's how far redacted it was.
I think the back of my neck is also sunburnt and I just scratched it and it hurt.
That'll be fun to shower with.
Yeah. Well, I did actually like take a bath and it was fine. I just made sure the water was like medium.
Yeah. Not scalding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Get burnt or get hurt. No.
Nah, that doesn't work. Nice try, but no. So yeah, they steal the map, they run away. To follow them, you actually get full access to the spaceship, which is called Sanctuary 3. So this becomes your base. So there's been a sanctuary in every game now, if you're paying attention. Mm-hmm. So this one is just mobile. So that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
So now you go follow the twins. You find out that some of these other corporations have joined forces with the Calypso twins on a hostile takeover. So the Vault Hunters step in to help kind of I don't know, try to make peace by killing as many people as they can, because that's how Borderlands is. And one of the characters that you're helping is named Reese, and he's actually from the Tales of the Borderlands series. So if you had played that, you kind of recognize him in a different role here. But he is the leader of the Atlas Corporation. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool. He's like a rich guy now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So the Vault Hunters help Maya. So Maya is the siren from Borderlands 2. So you get that same type of thing from the last game. Is the ones from Borderlands 2 are now NPCs in this game, and you can coordinate with them and work with them. So that's kind of cool to see the universe keep building. Mm-hmm. I usually enjoy that. And you join up with the Crimson Raiders to help recover the key to the vault. Mm-hmm. And then you're able to do all this cool stuff. You, I feel like I'm summarizing a lot because it's either like really detailed that no one will understand unless you played it, or oversimplified. But you now know that you have, it's kind of the same from Borderlands 2. You're like, I have a third of the key. I need more key now to make a whole key. So that becomes your next goal, is to get the key to the vault.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you have to get pieces of the key?
Yeah, there's 3 pieces of the key. So altogether they make 1 vault key.
All right.
Yeah. So you're able to disable, look at me, Malawan's orbital laser, which is another one of these companies who joined forces with the Calypso twins. So you take out their big major cannon, their firepower, and you kill one of their leaders in a boss fight. And Reese gives you the last part of the key. Well, where'd you get the second part?
I don't know, man. You're supposed to know that.
Well, apparently this summary doesn't even know that. Anyway, so you get to build up the vault's key, and then you enter. This game, I will say, was more unique because, you know, in the first 2 games, one, you were searching the whole time for one vault. You got to the vault at the end of the game, it was the final boss. Kind of the same thing with number 2. You get to the vault, final boss, game's kind of over. This game, each planet you go to has a vault, so you have to go into the vault, beat that boss, and then be like, okay, now we're leaving. And you're beating all of these, I guess, quote unquote, smaller vaults to build a key to a greater vault. So a big one. So that was kind of more unique. It wasn't so final every time you found a vault. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. And then you get to fight the Rampager in one of the vaults, alien beasts. Of course, the Calypso twins arrive after your success, absorbs the power, and they reveal their plan is to absorb the power of the vault monsters on their way to the Great Vault. So she's like, I'm going to just pop into all these vaults. I'm going to take the monster's power because I suck life out of everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and I'm going to get to and I'm going to get to the big vault. So that's what they want to do.
We love the big vaults.
Yep. So Ava attempts to fight them, but is overpowered. Maya, the siren from the last game, intervenes, and then Troy, our buddy, kills her by draining her life force and her powers. So they do kill Maya, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So the siren from the second game has died, unfortunately.
How dare.
Mm-hmm. How dare indeed. Remind myself who Ava was. She was like a aspiring vault hunter. So they're like taking her under the wing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so holy cow, it is already so on here. Oh, good stuff.
Heck yeah.
So now at this point, I don't want to say it's kind of like rinse and repeat, but it is a little rinse and repeat because you go pretty much now you go to the next vault on the next planet. Your goal is to kind of beat the monster in there. Hopefully the Calypso twins don't come in and absorb all the energy because you want to avoid that. So the next planet's kind of cool. It's like a really jungly planet where the first one was a very cityscape.
What is that their name?
What?
This is the type of music, you know.
Oh, well, yeah, it's like a last name.
It's a style of music. A style Calypso is a style of music originating in the West Indies, marked by lively duple meter and having lyrics that are often improvised and usually satire local personalities and events.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's Chris Rock. I mean,
it's
his
also
last name's a type of music.
A sea nymph character from Homer's Odyssey.
Nice. Mm-hmm. The Odyssey. Okay.
And Calypso with a K is a goddess of strange power and beauty.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think, wasn't that the goddess in Pirates of the Caribbean? Like one of those ones?
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Fair enough. So Borderlands 3, you're still continuing. You go to a jungle planet. You kind of do the same stuff.
In Pirates, Calypso was the sea goddess of the daughter of Atlas.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Calypso forces Odysseus to sleep with her against his will in Greek mythology.
Huh.
Anyways, I'll close this because I keep finding things to read.
Right. And I got to click a couple buttons.
No, you're not allowed to do that.
And we're rolling. Okay.
They see me
got
rolling.
More of those, those Yeezy drops to go for still. So
how do you know when they're happening?
You just kind of have to I've had one screen at least open to the side of me with it kind of on. And I've been following the Twitter. That kind of tells you when drops come out. So it's been a struggle though. Boy, I tell you, this is very sidebar, but the Confirmed app does not handle major drops at all. It was crap. I think I opened and closed that app no less than 100 times today. It's just crashing. Every time you hit oops, something went wrong. Oops, server crashed.
You probably sound like a crazy person I just tried to open it and it's just loading. Hey, are you wearing one of your new shirts?
Yeah.
I'm wearing my new shorts.
Look at that.
I look like I'm going to the beach because I have on this color shirt and then the shorts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Only people that wear those colors can go to the beach.
Heck yeah. They have a law.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, I kept getting distracted.
Stop it.
Shoes.
Stay on track.
Yeah. So the next place you go to is a big jungly island. It's a whole planet. And it's pretty much each of these planets you go to is another one of these corporations. And this one is the Jacobs Corporation. And they're all about high-powered old school rifles. So in the game, all the guns that are revolvers or hard-hitting sniper rifles, they're all Jacobs. So fun facts. So you are able to work with the guys there, open the vault, and defeat its monster, the Grave Ward.
Oh, snap.
And then, Patricia Tannis then drains the energy before Tyrene can absorb it, so they beat her there. Enraged, the Calypsos kidnap Tannis, who was the PhD Ross character, if you will recall.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Back to Pandora to publicly execute her.
Oh.
So they're not really messing around. And one thing to note about the Calypso twins, as this has been going on, their big thing is they're I think the developers were trying to make them very Gen Z, because their whole time they're doing things on Pandora, they're live streaming it with their little cameras, and they're putting it out to their cult, and then they'll show public executions and things like that on there. So they're just being chaos, but putting everything on media.
That's big Gen Z vibes.
Definitely. So you have to go rescue Tannis now. So that's always fun. And during the rescue efforts, Tannis actually reveals that she has gained siren powers because in the second game when Angel died, her powers were passed on to Tannis. So she and Lilith kept that a secret the whole time because they didn't want anyone to know. But it helps them in their fight against the twins. So it's helpful.
Mm-hmm. Every time you say Lilith, I just think of this, the first wife of Adam and the she-demon.
The first wife of Adam?
Yeah. Lilith is a female figure in Mesopotamian and Judaic mythology. Alternatively, the first wife of Adam and supposedly the primordial she-demon. Lilith is cited as having been banished from the Garden of Eden for not complying with and obeying Adam.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I think one of my podcasts covered the myth of Lilith once.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. Mm-hmm. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So you get Tannis back, and she warns that the twins are preparing to open the Great Vault and drain the energy from the monster to use for themselves. They are the Vault Hunters are too late to prevent Troy from activating the key, which is the vault key for the Greater Vault, is an entire moon. So that's how big it is.
Like it's like it's like the size of a moon?
Mm-hmm. It is an actual moon.
How do you use it?
Magic. Well, you know how like sirens have the powers? That's
yeah, but like what type of keyhole is that going to fit in, you know?
Well, they just kind of activate it, and then the vault is like it opens.
You activate the moon?
Yeah. Okay. They activate the moon. Okay. Yeah, they do. So he activates the moon and opens the vault. And then you have to fight Troy. Mano y mano.
Oh.
Yep. And it results in you fighting and killing Troy, luckily. So you are able to beat him. And then Ava, the little apprentice vault hunter that's been tagging along, she gains the siren powers as he dies because they are passed on. So now you have another little siren on your team, which is also good.
Oh.
Yep. But the Great Vault starts to open and Tyreen absorbs Troy's remaining energy before she escapes. And then the Vault Hunters are contacted by Typhon DeLeon, the first Vault Hunter.
Oh.
Yes. And he warns them that the Great Vault contains an interdimensional monster called the Destroyer, which can consume the entire universe. He summons the Vault Hunters to the Lost Iridian homeworld, Necrotafeo. So, mouthful there. But basically, what we learn later. Oh, okay, they do touch on it a little bit. But this guy is truly the first Vault Hunter. He was the first one to learn about the vaults, to actively go look for them. So he kind of knows his stuff a little bit. Once they get to the world, Typhon explains that the Great Vault isn't simply located on Pandora, but is actually the entire planet of Pandora is the vault. So you see what they're dealing with here? The moon is the key to the planet.
Okay.
Feel like you have questions, but that's okay.
No, I just was still reading about Lilith and she appears in The Witcher.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm very distracted. I think I'm paying attention though.
We'll find out. Right. So the ancient people, the ancient race of people, the Iridians that I've mentioned in previous episodes,
like Iridium.
They created the vault to act as a prison and sacrifice their whole civilization to keep it shut, to capture the destroyer. But they left behind a machine in case the destroyer escaped. So, yep. As they gather the 4 vault keys needed to power the device, Tyreen reveals that Typhon is her and Troy's father. So the first Vault Hunter is the father to the Calypso twins.
Okay. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Typhon admits that he had tried to keep the twins with him to protect them, but they saw it as a prison, becoming bitter and power hungry. Tyreen disables the machine before it can be used and mortally wounds her father, Typhon, before leaving back to Pandora to open and get that great vault going.
All right.
Yep. So you follow her and you reach Tyreen just as she emerges from the vault with the destroyer. And she, like, the final boss is a little crazy because Tyreen, like, fuses with the destroyer monster. And you're basically fighting like Tyreen as the destroyer. And, you know, it's crazy explosions, epic, blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah.
The Vault Hunters are able to defeat Tyreen, and Lilith regains her siren powers. Yay.
Hell yeah. We love powers.
Yep.
No more mental crises.
What?
No more mental crises from losing our powers.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. She's like, I don't have to be a normal person anymore. But the moon still threatens to destroy Pandora, as it continues to open the Great Vault even after Tyrene's death.
Yep.
So Lilith sacrifices herself to shut down the moon key, and she leaves a flaming firehawk sign branded on the moon. And during the credits, scenes depict the Vault Hunters, the Crimson Raiders, and their allies honoring and memorializing Lilith, and everyone looking at the firehawk sigil on the moon.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So in the end,
Can
she
you walk
sacrifices
on the
herself.
moon?
Yeah. I mean, you could if you wanted to. You can go to like space in these games and stuff, but it's not like a normal travel location. But yeah, you could do it. Space.
You can walk on a key.
You can. You can walk on a key, man.
Hmm.
I'm sure there's some pretty huge keys that we could walk on, right?
Probably like some sort of statue. You could make a key
Yeah.
big enough for us to walk on.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the list of projects.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's Borderlands 3, very abbreviated. Do you have any questions that came up?
No, I mean it sounds kind of similar, except that you can like space travel.
Yeah, and that was kind of so overall it received generally favorable reviews. But it did mention, lack of innovation, kind of the same thing over and over again from Borderlands 2, not enough change. They said it was kind of, quote, the best and the worst of the series at once. So you got really good stuff in it, but they didn't really improve some of the flaws from the earlier games. But overall, I mean, it averages probably an 8 out of 10, whereas I think Borderlands 2 was something like 93%.
That's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, even
PC
like
Gamer,
even the one for this is pretty good, I feel like.
yeah, it's still a good game. Don't get it twisted or anything, but PC Gamer on this critics list was the one that rated it the lowest at a 63%, apparently. I don't know why my slides just closed down. Hopefully that doesn't mean internet's going away.
Seems fine so far.
Okay. So yeah, that is generally Borderlands 3. Good game. I recommend it. Just for, it came out when I was out of college. I'm not a college student anymore. I have like a real
You're not.
person
I
job.
feel lied to.
I have an adult job now, so obviously I didn't dump the hours that I put into Borderlands 2 into this one.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely worth a playthrough. The story did feel a little long at some points, so by the time I was done, I was like, yeah, I think this is a good spot to kind of put it down for a while until the future. So maybe someday I will play it again, do a different character. But so far, the only one that I've fully done a playthrough on is Flak. So, yeah. Fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I'll kind of give you a little bit of a quiz here.
Okay, probably will do bad.
Hey, we'll find out. When was Borderlands 3 released?
2019, September.
Yeah, good job.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. What do two of the Vault Hunters do? Like, what are their skills?
One is a gunner, and one is himself.
What does himself do?
He has like astral projections of himself.
Yeah, that'll work.
Hell yeah.
What are the names of the baddies in this game?
The baddies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, what were they called? Wait, do you mean like the group or the twin people?
I give you extra credit if you can name them all.
Well, the people were Troy and Tyron or Tyr.
That's close enough. Tyrene.
And then the other ones were. That's not
You
the
remember the
children of
twins'
the vault
last
people,
names?
was it?
It was. That's the cult. Yeah.
Oh,
You remember what their last names were?
Calypso.
Yeah. You
Hell
made
yeah.
a point and everything.
Hell yeah.
And who was their father?
The first Vault Hunter.
Yeah.
Also started with a T.
It did. It's a little different though. It's I mean, you paid more attention than I thought you were. So
sometimes I have to be doing things in order to pay attention when I'm like this tired.
Okay.
Like I had to keep the mind sharp.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's all I had on Borderlands 3. That's pretty good. I don't know if I'll cover the other ones yet or not because I haven't played the other ones. So
Sir.
Yeah, this might be a break from Borderlands after this for a little while, and maybe we'll move to something new. I don't know.
So just so you can know like what I was doing while we discuss that. So I started with those candles, obviously.
Right.
And then I opened Reddit. And I found some post where a Republican voted against the bill to codify gay marriage, and then 3 days later went to his gay son's wedding.
Nice.
Then I went back to Reddit, and then I was reminded of this auction that Dropout was doing to raise money for Dimension 20. They're auctioning off minis from their Crown of Candy series, which was kind of like Candyland meets Game of Thrones. It was really dark and grim. And assuming that they would never, that's not like a one they're going to revisit, I'm assuming, which is why they chose those ones to auction off. And I was scrolling, they've done it in like waves. And so far, the highest one, Sir Carradine Deeproot, someone purchased his mini. They're literally this big. They come in a case with like a certificate signed by Mr. BLM. It went for $7,002.
Nice.
And the next highest one is a couple of them are like 5,000 plus. Can you imagine just having like $7,000 to drop on like a 2-inch mini that you're just gonna like? That's like something Ian would do.
I mean, that would be pretty cool, but no, I don't have that money.
Yeah. Well, you would if you didn't buy so many shoes.
Nah, that's not true.
If you added up all your shoes, you could buy a $5,000 mini.
Well, yeah, but then I'd only have one mini, or I could have 60 pairs of shoes.
That's true. I don't know what I'm covering next, so I guess I'll have to figure that out.
And then we got to do the One Piece thing. I don't know if we want to do that for your episode.
Oh,
we
could think about it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to talk about or plug or, suggest to the good people?
I mean, happy easy day, everyone. It won't be easy day when you're listening to this, but we've been through the trenches on the apps today. So salute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you can send us an email to 5FIVE moreminutespod@gmail.com with topic suggestions, feedback, questions, comments, whatever. You can find our website at bit.ly/5mmpod. Maybe I'll work on a blog post after I'm done with my truck extravaganza. I'm not sure.
Nice.
You can follow us on our socials at 5mmPod, and you can download our episodes on like any app. Hit that subscribe button. Even better, turn on the automatic downloads. Share us with your friends and family, your friends who are your family, and your family who's more like friends and family.
Yeah.
Hell
Until next time, we're clocking out.
Bye.
See you.